Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I see 2 people and 1 thumbs up already. Y'all be on it. I'm going to go ahead and do the intro and then we'll jump into why we're here today, which is, and even though most of you probably have seen it, the Nomad Cosmetics Polar Express palette. And so the intro, for those who are new or watching a replay, hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why? The crazy part is just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, regardless of how you are. Trying not to really believe and feel like you need to act like someone or something that you're not. And the troll part, hey Grace, you're the first one so far. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Hey, Tony. Hey, Janessa. You set the standard for yourself. You'll hear you must use this brand, this tool, this technique. And I'm here to tell you that you don't. If you want to try all the things, try all the things, but then settle on what you feel is best for you and what you like for yourself. So the bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. 2 things I need to let you know if you're new here, or if this is your first video. Well, if you're new, this would be your first video watching me. There's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches, and I do always say, excuse me. And I do curse because I curse. So that's it for the intro. Thank y'all for being here. Good news, Tony, and I hope you have good news too. The order I placed October 9th, I received notification this morning that it was switched to awaiting fulfillment. And then this evening I received an email that it had been shipped. And so I should have that by the end of the week, because usually once it's shipped, it's like 3 or 4 days, sometimes like 3 days. And so next Monday's live is already scheduled. So the Monday after that, or maybe I'll do a live Tuesday if I don't have anything scheduled, we'll do swatches of those. And honestly, I forgot. Yeah, we'll do the live next Tuesday for that. And next Monday is our monthly roundup for October because I forgot to do it. I forgot to order that stuff. And usually when I order, hey Sylvia, usually when I order from them, I put like a 4-month marker in my calendar and then an 8-month, and I had completely forgot. So that's 3 more palettes, even though I'm trying to condense my palettes. I'm like, ooh. And so speaking of, hey Kat, and so speaking of Notoriously Morbid, y'all, because there's just a few of y'all here right now, I'm kind of sad in a way, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should be. I saw a thumbnail from Katie, Makeup for Lost Time, here on YouTube, and she has received one of their palettes. And this was like a few days ago. And I'm just like, I didn't hear anything from my PR rep. And they don't send everybody everything. So I was just like, okay. So then one of my trolls here on YouTube, they tagged me in one of the Notoriously Morbid posts to my non-makeup Instagram. And so I did look at it. And it's another palette. And the caption says it's for Black Friday. Hey, Tanya. And I was just like, and somebody commented, can you show the inside? And somebody commented to that comment saying, I may have swatches on my page. And they did have swatches. And so somebody received that palette too. And Notoriously Morbid, their sister brand, Spellcast Beauty, they're coming out with new palettes too. And so I'm like, did they kick me off the team? And so even though I'm laughing, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. And if they did, hey, Sarah, I'll feel sad. But then I'm not entitled to PR. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, I'm looking at myself on my laptop and I'm looking really good today. I did not do upper lash line liner or mascara. This eye, can y'all see this? Where's my mirror? I know y'all probably can, because it is horrible. This eye, it tiered upward and it's all the way across. Y'all see that? So I was rushing to just get the video done. Yeah, so I was rushing to get the video done. Thank you, bestie. So I was rushing just to get this look done before it got as bad as it is. And so it's going to be a multi-look video. And I have one more clip to do for that. But I think, I've been trying to think of what has been making my eyes so teary lately. And then I thought it was the palette. But then when I looked at the PAO dates, we haven't reached those dates yet. A couple of them, the formula has started to change. But I'm just like, what? So I'm thinking it might be this City Beauty Under Eye Recovery Cream. I've been using this under my eyes because before I do makeup looks, because it says smooth and brighten. And so then the day I'm wondering, like, is it this? Because both eyes were burning. Because I put it under here, but both eyes were burning. This, and they both teared a lot, where it was like tears coming down my face. And then this one stopped. No, this one stopped. I'm flipped on my screen. This one stopped. No, it's no fragrance in it, Tanya. But then this one kept going, and this is my most teary eye. So in a lot of my eyeshadow looks, it's like this is the one that's problematic. It's tearing downward, it's tearing upward. But look at that, y'all. And I think it was a couple of days ago I did a look, and this did the same thing. It teared up and traveled over, and I was like, what the hell? So I'm thinking it might be this. So tomorrow, I don't know, Sarah, but I know I don't think I'm sensitive to caffeine. And I don't have the box that has the ingredients on it, and this doesn't have the ingredients on it. I could look on the website, but yeah, so it's just been like every look with this palette, this one eye has been like the worst. And the good thing is that it's not both of them, because if both of them were looking like this, that would be really bad. But at least it's just one. But I'm just like, so I think I might take tomorrow off from makeup, or probably not, because y'all know me, I do videos almost every day. So you know what, y'all? My 8 o'clock medicine is sitting here to remind me to take it. So I'm going to do it before I forget again, because then that would not be good. And I also have my Mountain Dew handy. I've been sleeping, y'all. Y'all know how I say I wake up every 90 minutes or so? I've been waking up now like every 2 hours or so that I remember. So I've really been like sleeping hard to where when I wake up, my whole face is puffy. Or it could be the other one of these that I use before I go to sleep. But I've been struggling too, y'all, with my brows lately. When I do my makeup, my brows look decent. But then when I watch the video back, I'd be like, oh, that ain't good. But I talked about that in a different video. So let me see if I should put one of these up here. I have one on both sides. I don't know. So here's the thing. I finished my fashion fair, and I took the sifter out yesterday because I could not get to it. And this is empty. And so much so that when I was putting on powder for this look, I needed to go into my Too Faced powder to finish powdering down my cheeks and my chin. Like this is so we're going to be exclusively using the cashew from Fenty now that this is empty. So we're here today to talk about the Polar Express palette. And I brought over 2 other palettes to compare. Not that they're dupes, but just I'm thinking I could turn this light out. Does this look better this way? So without the extra light, or with the extra light? I'm sure y'all have seen this on YouTube already, but y'all know I swatch stuff before I use it. As always, the inside of the box, they have everything really decorated. This side is just blue, but this other side, where am I at? Has the train over here. And on the back, it says, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just kind of, I feel miserable with my eye tears like this because when it starts to dry, it gets itchy, like in my crease area. And then it just kind of throws me off. Y'all are like, girl, you're always thrown off. I know. But that's my reason today. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So this is what it looks like. This is the back. It has a 12-month PAO, which one of my pet peeves is when people say shelf life. That is not the shelf life. And then they have the colors on the back and information over here. Excuse me. A holiday. Let me open the palette and show you while I'm reading it. No, I paid for it, Tanya. They didn't send this to me. I paid for it with a very nice discount. So this is what the palette looks like. Where am I at? I'm not on their PR, Tanya. It's just every now and then they'll just be like, hey. Yeah, I'm not officially on their PR team. But y'all know if y'all are on Nomad's, if y'all keep up with Nomad on their Instagram, which I don't on their makeup Instagram anymore because I'm not on my makeup Instagram anymore, they do just be sending people palettes sometimes, and they do the giveaway for each palette and all that stuff. So it's not unheard of, but every once in a while, they'll just kind of float me a palette. And again, like I said about the previous brand, I'm not entitled to receive free stuff. And so this is pretty. I like this. So this says on the back of the box, I used the new to me palette and the new mascara today, and one or both have my eyes teary today. So what I would do, Sylvia, and this is something I do, when I try a new product, that's the only new product I'll try, because then that way I can narrow down, is it this or not? And that's why I'm thinking it's this, because ever since I've been using this every day before my makeup, like right before, because I keep this at my station, this eye has been so much worse. So I would say just use the palette, like maybe give your eyes a day off just to clear up whatever's happening, and then use the palette, not that mascara, and then see how your eyes are affected. And if they're really teary or itchy, then it's the palette. If you don't have a reaction, then the next day use the mascara and not that palette, and just see what happens. And then hopefully you'll be able to figure out like which one it is. But it is just horrible, having sensitivities like that. I can relate like this. And so even with skincare, I'll just try one new thing instead of like 3 new things. I'm sensitive too, says Kat, and I try only one new thing. Yep. Sometimes I have to try them a few days before I get a reaction. That is true because, okay, Sylvia, I think that would be really good. Sometimes, here's a good example too. Well, the Clinique, my birthday freebie from Ulta last year, I think it was. My birthday's in December. The gift was the 24-hour Moisture Surge Clinique cream or something, face moisturizer. I put it on, everything was fine. And so I washed my face, and that's the only thing I put on, period. I didn't use any of my other skincare or anything, and my face was fine. The second night I put it on, everything was fine. So I'm like, oh, this is good. So I bought the full size, and it's like $40-something, I think. Don't quote me on that. And so then like the third night I put it on again. I'm like, oh, okay. The fourth night I put it on. When I woke up the next day, I had acne all across my forehead. And I'm like, damn it, right after I would have bought the full size, right? So I think I ended up giving the full size on the way to somebody. But so sometimes it does take, battery low. Let me plug in my laptop. So sometimes it does take continued use, because the first couple of times I used this, I didn't have a reaction, but now I'm using it every day. And also for medications, I think it was like last year, my doctor I explained to him I don't like trying new meds because I'm allergic to different medications. I'm allergic to different foods. I'm different topical stuff. Hey, Alicia. And so I finally agreed, and they do have a list of my allergic reactions to medications and other stuff. So I finally agreed to try a blood pressure medication. At home, it's still higher than he wants, but it's super, super high when I'm at the hospital for my appointments. And my therapist said it's white coat syndrome, just the stress of being in the hospital and, whatever. But so I tried it. The third day, I started breaking out in rashes and hives, and my feet and ankles were so swollen, you couldn't even see my ankles. My ankles were the same size as my calves. Like, it was just, I was like, and that was horrible for me because I was having trouble walking. I always told them to start me on a child's dose of medication. Yeah, and it was hard walking, and I live alone, so I'm just like, I need help. Like, I can't. And so I wrote in, and the dingbat nurse was like, oh, well, we can send you a diuretic for the swelling. I said, excuse me, miss. If it's the medication that's causing this, and not just the swelling, but also the rashes and the hives, a diuretic to take down the swelling isn't going to help the rash or the hives. And so if the medication is causing me these issues, I'm going to stop taking the medication. So she wrote back, or, you can stop taking the medication. I wrote it back. I said, I already told you I was. And that's why my blood pressure be higher when I go in the hospital, because I always don't get good care. There's always 1 or 2 incompetent people. And it's like, who am I going to get today? So I stopped it, and it started clearing up. It took like 2 weeks to clear up. And it took me another year to decide to try another medication. And you know what? The third day I started breaking out. I was just like, and I think I mentioned this before, because then he sent me to an ENT for them to do blood work or whatever, trying to figure out what I'm allergic to, because he said it's unlikely, and the phlebotomist agreed. They said it's unlikely to be allergic to 2 different blood pressure medications or any two medications for the same thing that are in different families. So my doctor was thinking I was allergic to one of the inactive ingredients. And so he sent me out for blood work for that. So anyway, I was there for my Botox treatment for migraine prevention and treatment. And my blood pressure, y'all, and they were afraid. They thought I was going to stroke out. My blood pressure was like 203 over like 172. It was like, and it's never been that high, never. And they were all just looking at me like, do you feel lightheaded? I'm like, no. Is your vision blurry? No. How do you feel? I'm like, I feel the same as I usually do. And I'm just like, and they were just looking at me like, and so the pain management doctor, he says, well, I'm gonna still do the treatment. At least let's get the migraine pain down. And I was getting migraines at that point, like every day for like 5 days. The migraine med increases my blood pressure. Being in pain every day increases my blood pressure. So it's like all these other factors. But anyway, so the doctor wanted me to try potassium-based diuretic. So I haven't taken that and I haven't been having any issues. Long story short, let's get back to this palette. I did not mean to go on that serious rant. And you last checked, Tanya says hers is 159 over 93. My mom was regularly in the 200s and still could function. And I functioned just fine. And I always tell my doctor, and I do send in numbers. When I'm home, it might be the mid to high 140s over mid 90s. That's when I'm home. And in my mind, I think back to when they used to want pressure 140 over 90, but now they want it 120 over 80. So in my mind, though, I'm like, it's really not that far off. But when I'm at the hospital, they be looking at me like, do you feel okay? Like, yeah. But anyway, it's crazy, yo. And sometimes that's just our normal. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, a holiday color scene of wintry silvers and blues adorned with chocolate, crimson, and gold shades, all formulated with extra fine pigments for velvety rich color. That's what my therapist told me. I had white coat syndrome. I had mentioned that a few minutes ago. Infused with cocoa seed butter to help keep skin soft, 8 merry mattes, 6 glowing shimmers, and 1 festive multi-chrome inspired by the Christmas classic, the Polar Express. The destination is the North Pole. Coordinates, the Polar Express. Inspiration, a Christmas classic. And then it has blah, 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 sleigh bells ringing, trains choo-chooing. Come aboard the Polar Express to celebrate the excitement and enchantment of the most magical time of year. Join us on this wintry journey through snowy moonlit landscapes and past twinkling holiday lights while enjoying delicious hot cocoa. Feel again the childlike whimsy and wonder as we get ready for Santa. All aboard to the North Pole. And with this, they are proud supporter of WWF and their work in the Arctic. When I see WWF, and I know that's not what they're meaning, I think about World Wrestling Federation. But I know that's not what this is because they're saying in their work in the Arctic. But then it might be, I don't know. And the same thing, vegan, blah, 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 blah. So that's the box. And also, this was in my package. The automatic cuff sends my blood pressure. Y'all, I'd be like, do you have a larger cuff? And they'd be like, no. A friend of mine, she tells them use the thigh cuff on her because she's thicker than I am. And it is so much pressure. Like I end up going like this because my whole hand feels like it's just going to bust open. Like my fingers are just going to pop off. And it is so tight. And so they will take it a couple times. And I tell them, I'm like, this is really hurting. So I know it's going to be super high because this is just like the pressure. And one time they did it manually and my pressure was fine after using the cuff and it was super high. So that tells you something too. You know what I'm saying? And I wish they all would do manual, but they lazy. They want to put the damn cuff on. So we're going to get off blood pressure now. So we're going to enjoy this palette. So this also came in my box, Polar Express round trip. And there's a number down here. So I guess that's my train number. It's that time of year, hot cocoa with friends, warm memories made with family, and the magical wonder of Santa. Do y'all believe in Santa Claus? We hope you and your loved ones enjoy a merry and bright holiday season. Thank you for your support in 2024 and Happy New Year 2025, Felicia and Auntie Nomad founders. And this is the stuff that was on the back of the box that we already read. You believe in Santa? That's because you're whimsical. I remember what your outro used to be. Stay whimsical and let your inner whimsy shine. The spirit of Santa. What is that? There's a lot of spirits in this world. So we are. What I'm going to do, I brought 2 palettes out to show. You know, this finally stopped tearing, and it's starting to dry, and it's itchy. I wanted to. So look at the format of this palette. This reminded me of. Why can I not hold it straight? Because I'm looking at how I look at my monitor. That's why, in my laptop. The format of this reminds me of Iceland. How you had warm, cool tones, and then you had, you know, the bold shades in the middle. Not that these are bold, and then you had warm tones over here. So this middle row kind of broke up cool tones and warm tones. And so I wanted to show you Iceland. Somebody did not want to hear about blood pressure. They was like, "I'm out of here." He was like, "I'm out of here. I'm here for the palette. What is she talking about?" So this is Iceland. I could just use the box to put on top of this. So this is what I was saying. And also, we are going to swatch, even though the blues are different. Iceland Fire and Ice is at the top, one of my favorite Nomad palettes. And we are going to swatch the blues because when I saw these blues, and it might be because this formula, this pattern is the same exact pattern in this one. It's like a snowflake. This one right here. Is that the right one? That's not a snowflake. Whatever this is, that's what's in here. Am I still pointing at the wrong thing? No. This one has snowflakes. I don't know if you can see it. And these 3 have snowflakes. And so that might be what I was thinking about on how the patterns are the same. But also these, looking at these blues compared to these are more green based, except for this one. And these are actually more blue based, but we're going to swatch them anyway. So you see what I'm saying, how you have your cool tones over here. Then you have this row in the center, the column in the center that breaks it up. And then you have the warm tones on that side of the palette. So it's the same format as this one. And when you're creating different palettes throughout the year, like how different, you know what I'm saying? Like how different can they all be? There's only so many things you can do to make stuff unique because it's like, okay, it's been done before. This one is the Chicago Speakeasy because I saw someone say it reminded them of Chicago Speakeasy. And I'm just like, what? And then they said it was the browns, but it's only like these 2, and these are lighter tone browns than these 2. But we'll swatch them anyway, even though we can look at it and see they're not the same, but it's still the same format. You have like purples over here, and then you have this row, and then you have like burgundies, reds, and browns over there. So their format is still the same. And so who in here is even interested in this palette? Tanya says, do I ever think that companies have run out of colors? And so what they are doing is just rearranging colors in different ways. I'm going to say no, because the colors do be different. Now, if it's a brand that actually duped themselves, and Grace will show you who dupes themselves, then yeah, they run out of colors. But Nomad, none of their shadows are exactly the same. And so in that sense, I'm going to say no, because none of their colors are the same. But there are some brands where stuff does look the same. You're not fond of pastels. Me neither, Kat. And so it was weird to me that when I got Iceland Fire and Ice, and I don't think you were here for that because that was like years ago. I received this one in Ipsy way back. And no, it's not close to Whistler. And this is Gallows Lava. And it's like a deep, like just beautiful green. And I was like, what the hell? And you know what? Because I love this shade so much. Oh, it's getting crumbly. Is this palette about to die? I think this palette is technically dead. So this is this color. I can't wear my mirror because I can't even see what I'm doing. And I saw this color and I was like, this color is beautiful. And then I'm like, what Nomad palette is this from? Why does this side look like it ain't? Why am I trying to be all symmetrical and I'm just like painting my nose? And so I really like this color. So then I was like, wait a minute, what palette is that in? And it was Iceland Fire and Ice. And so then I'm looking at this palette and I kept thinking like, damn, because I'm looking at these blues like, it ain't no way. This one will work yet. But I'm like, these 5, I was like, hell no, that ain't gonna look right. And so I did order the palette. I kept looking at it for months and months and months. And I finally ordered it during one of their sales. And I said, okay, since I don't know about these blues, the first look I did was with these blues. Cat, that look was bomb. I do have a playlist for Iceland Fire and Ice if you do want to go back and look at it. But the look I did with these right here, I was like, holy Toledo, Batman. If I like the look with the shades I thought I wasn't going to like, what is the rest of the palette going to look like? Because I was cool with everything over here. It was just these 5. And I was like, what? And the rest of the looks, I was like, damn. And so I'm glad that I did try it. Because and these aren't actually pastel except this one and this one. But the look was bomb. I was like, oh my God. Some of those are a little more mid-tone. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. But just looking at them online, I was just like these two and like this one, I was just like, this one and these two, I was just like, but the look, I was like, oh, your pale and pastels look chalky on me. For some people of color too, like even for me being tan, and even some people being darker than me, pastels do, and I think it's because they're white based. And so even for people, my complexion and some people darker, pastels do show up chalky, grayish, or ashy. And I think it's just the undertone of those colors. But I was surprised. And I was so glad that I got this. I was like, oh my God. But I do think it's about to die. I had a sticky note somewhere and I took it off. Where did I put it? Because it had a note on here. I do remember it said March. Oh, here it is. Oh, the PAO for this was March this year. So technically, this is dead. Excuse me. I'm going to try it one more time just to see. But I did notice when swatching this one that the formula has changed. And so now it's like, do I want to try it just to see for sure or just get rid of it? Because if the formula is changing, it's only a matter of time. And so do I even want to take that chance? So that's something I need to think about. But we're still going to swatch out some of these blues. Just to see how not alike they are with this one. I know I am so awkward, y'all. And there is nothing, well, somebody said the browns in here with these browns. But I don't, this one. These are, the browns in here are lighter than the browns in, I'm so freaking awkward. Than the browns in Chicago Speakeasy. I have such a hard time when it shows me reversed because then I'm trying to, y'all know I'm awkward anyway, so let me just stop making excuses. Even though the excuses are true and they're real. So we're going to swatch this first. Okay, let me hear from my members. Swatch this whole thing first or swatch the blues against the other palette and swatch the browns against the other palette and then go through and swatch all this over. So that is a question for the members that are in here. We've already done all the background chit chat stuff. I did another semi ombre lip. Swatch the entire palette first. That's Janessa. Thank you. So I'm finding that I'm not doing ombre lips that's really like bold and noticeable. But when you look close, it's like, oh yeah, the center is different. And so I'm working through the newer, my neck just cracked. I'm working through the newer Sephora cream lip stains. So let me get I do have a cloth down here. Y'all would think I would have been set up already. But I do have everything here though. And I had all my lights charged up. Yeah. Y'all know I'd be like, what's happening? Y'all would think I would know how to do lives by now. All right, so I have my mirror down here. I have my sponge tips, and I have extras to replenish, and my lipstick applicators to replenish, and Pub Mix. Okay, so I'm so rude. Who is interested in this palette? What excited me was knowing the whole entire palette was eyeshadows. There's no pressed pigments in this palette. And that's what excited me. And for the most part, that formula does work for me. Haunted Europe. Hey, Lori. How are you? We're going to swatch Nomad Polar Express, even though I know it's already all over YouTube. Mine came the other day. So we're going to swatch this. I'm eating Pub Mix, Lori. I'm so rude. So this shade here, and I swatch. Hey, Dawn. You love Nomad, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get this or not. It's more muted than this crown light. It is muted. It's not as muted. It's not as muted as Ghost Town. I did not like Ghost Town. I like the formula, but y'all know I like darker looks than that. And I was just like, this is just blah. So we're going to start up here. Hopefully I don't make a mess. This shade is All Aboard. Oh, you know what I did, y'all? I printed out the shades in the descriptions. I almost forgot to. So All Aboard is shimmery. No, excuse me, Shimmer White Snow. Does Polar Express palette have a similar color story to the Fantasy Cosmetica Cradle and Ice palette? That question is for Gel Beauty 87. You know who else is good for dupes too on Instagram is Nina. So Nina, is Nina in here? I don't know if Nina's here, but Grace, if you can answer Tony, that'd be great. She's asking if Polar Express is the same as Fantasy Cosmetica Cradle and Ice palette. So this is Shimmer White Snow. So we're going to, and for those who don't know, I do swatches on my forehead because my arm is not the same shade as my face, not at all, not in the least. And so to get the best representation of what a shadow is going to look like on my lids without doing eye swatches is to swatch on my forehead. So this is All Aboard. That's what it looks like. Shimmer White Snow. It's falling on my shirt. It has a pink hue to it. I don't know if you can see it. I see it in the mirror down here. I do like when I'm tapping it off and it is tapping off. That's why it fell out before. This does seem to have a pink hue to it in person. This is a nice shimmery shade. I like that. Hey, Sunsaray. You have 2 children hanging off. I am living vicariously through you. Sunsaray. This one, we're going to come down because we're going to keep them in color families, except this middle column is not a color story. This one is Snowy Mountain. And this is described as matte, soft snow blue. I think, damn it, what is her name? She's in the Netherlands. Damn it, I forget her name. She does eye swatches. I'm like, girl, go for it. Because I'm like, my lids. Sometimes Kinky Sweat, Alicia does that too. And she'll use a concealer as her eye primer because it's more soothing on her eyes than using an eye primer. So that is that one. So this way, to me, I can see the pinkish hue to it. And down here, I do see, even though it says blue to my eye, it says blue to my eye, it looks a little green. Not Angelica, Tanya, that's not what I'm thinking about. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Is Lock here. I don't think I've seen her unless I missed it. And so now we're going to come down to this one. It looks purple to me right here when I'm looking at it. And then when I turn this way, it looks silver. And even where you are, like it does look like it has different tones to it. This one is Silver Bell. Why is not Silver Bells? Isn't it always Silver Bells? Not Silver Bell? To me, this looks purple. For those who are new to me and doing swatches, my perception of color is different than other people's, like seriously, and I do know that. And so, but somehow when I do looks, it just works, but that's because my eye is seeing things that'll work, even if the colors are different than what other people see them to be. This is described as, wait a minute. I went this way. This is All Aboard Shimmer White Snow. That's this one. This one, damn it. Snowy Mountain. Yeah, matte Snow White. What did I just do? This is Silver Bell. Not Floating in Dreams, Tony. I can't believe I don't remember her name. Damn it. I can't remember her name. This one, Silver Bell, but it's not Floating in Dreams. This one is Shimmer Silver Bells. So we have Shimmer White Snow, we have Matte Snow White, and we have Shimmer Silver Bells. So that's this first column. Now it's going to bug me. What the hell is her name? Shit. I hate when that happens. I cannot remember. And I remember part of her intro. She says that she's vintage, and she lives in the Netherlands, hence the accent. And by vintage, she means like over 40 or something, how she says it. Damn, I forget her name. This one is North Pole, which is described as soft matte snow blue. Damn it, I can't remember her name. And I could picture her face. She's Caucasian. She has short hair. Yes. Yes, Janessa. Sorry, poking your eye. Yes, Janessa. Nikki Raven. That's who it was. And I was bugged. That was bothering me because I used to always be like, wow, my lids will not tolerate eye swatches. This look like it might be ashy on me, but it may depend on what I put it next to. The same as some other pastel shades I used from like Circle Loco, that light pink and light blue. If I just put it on a wider area, it looks ashy, but when I do a thin line, it doesn't. Thank you so much, Janessa, because that was really friggin' bugging me. Yep, Nikki Raven. And so again, that was North Pole, this shade, matte, soft, snow blue. Used to do eye swatches years ago, Lori. How was it for your eyes? Like, was it irritating or was it just like whatever? Yeah, my lids don't. Even if I do 2 eyeshadow looks in one day, my eyes are not happy. Like my lids are not happy at all. So that's why I just do the forehead. Desert of Ice. This is described as matte, medium, icy blue. And we're going to put this under that blue. What'd that say? Desert Ice, matte, medium, icy blue. I don't know if it's icy. Hey, Sarah, I think I saw you earlier. Yeah, I did. How were your lids, Lori, when you used to do eye swatches? Because that could be anywhere from like 9 to 15 shadows. This is Frozen Sea. This one is Matte Deep Winter Blue. And I'm already imagining people are going to do a blue look, well, blue and silver look, a brown and reddish type look. I keep telling y'all, YouTube is predictable. This, because the NC emblem is in here, and when I swatched over it wants to start chunking up. Oh, y'all know I like this one. I'm looking at this now, and I'm thinking of when Tanya asked earlier about Whistler. This is not the same as the shadow in Whistler. This seems to have a green base to it from what I'm seeing in the mirror down here. Like this is not just straight blue. Let me blend it so maybe you can see what I'm seeing. So you see how when I blend it down, to me, I'm seeing like a greenish hue to it. It does blend out nice though. It didn't bother me, but I figured it wasn't helping me reduce fine lines of wrinkles. So I stopped. Glory, child. My lines ain't fine. I mean, I'm fine, but my wrinkles is just wrinkles. Like, hey. And then my double bag be like, "Pow, how y'all doing?" The doctor told me I don't have wrinkles. I said, "So what's these? What's this? What's this?" I don't know if he was delusional or what, because I know I got wrinkles. This is Mr. C. Can y'all see that? Why the hell? What? That don't even look right. I mean, I know when I saw this, what I saw was like a pot belly man, but this is actually the bag on his back. And then his hand is like up in the air like that. But that wasn't what I first saw. My mind, y'all, it goes where it was. I was like, why is this little fat man? Oh, this is a tad flaky. So I swirled it and some of it kind of puffed up. So I'm just pressing it back in and trying to get someone to sponge tip. Mr. C. Mr. C is a shimmer champagne gold. That one, okay. I don't know how I think about it yet. I know it's falling out everywhere. Okay. To me, that looks icier than one of these whatever said it was icy. And it is gold. These are definitely silvers, and this definitely is a gold. This one is, when I look at, this must be the dual chrome. When I look at it here, I see purple. When I look at it where you are, I see like a blue turquoise. I don't know how to get it for you to see what I see. I don't know. But we'll see what it looks like. This is Polar Express, and this one is Multichrome shifting from snowy and blue to iridescent purple. Multichrome shifting from snowy and deep blue to iridescent purple. So yeah, I did see purple. Yay for once. I'm not like, girl, what are you talking about? You're just making up stuff. Because sometimes it does sound like I just be making up stuff. So this is Polar Express. It is purple and blue. Ooh, that's pretty. I can hear now people comparing Nomad's shimmers and metallics and dual chromes to indie brands, and it's not quite a complaint. It's more so of an observation that Nomad's dual chromes are more metallics, and that the multi-chrome or dual chrome aspect is not as strong as the indie brands. And I do agree with that. But for me, this works because I like dark, vampy, messy grunge. So I seldom actually do want the high shine shimmer shimmer. But when I put on a color and it is like high shine shimmer shimmer, I'm like, oh, that's pretty. But that's not where I live. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm seeing purple here. And then here I'm seeing the blue. Okay. That's enough. I got like this. Y'all, my station, like these shadows are flaky. And it may be because I'm using a sponge tip applicator. And sometimes it is, I mean, they do really pick up shadow. Yeah. So this last one down here, this is First Gift. And I like how they have like, what is it called? Excuse me if y'all heard that in my throat. Christmas tree ornament balls. Had it pop up. On some of the sides. Well, it's like here and here. So First Gift is Shimmer Taupe Gold. This one feels a little dry compared to these two, and even compared to this one and this one. Not dry as in, okay, it's super dry, but it's just a formula difference. It's not dry like some shadows. It's just like where'd they get this from the desert? It doesn't feel dry like that. It's just noticeable. And it may have not been noticeable if I hadn't just done the other ones to be like, oh yeah, this is more dry than that one. You know what I mean? So that's that column. And I remember when we talked before about seeing looks in palettes. And maybe we'll do that with this one at the end. That's a pretty shade this way, but that's not, to me, it looks almost greenish. So kind of similar to the first shade. This is the first shade. They don't look the same to me. This one and this one don't look the same to me. But then I'm on this side of the screen, so you are just seeing different than me, or I'm seeing different than you. This is a piece of candy. This one right here. Girl, get it together. I am so freaking awkward. This one right here is a piece of candy. Now I want candy. And this shade is, it's called Nougat Candy. I promise you I didn't notice that before because I was just looking at the shade. So I'm swirling the sponge tip. And this is what that looks like. And that is, Nougat Candy is Matte Nougat Beige. All right, we're going to do this. Matte Nougat Beige. Since my forehead is spoken for, we're going to come down to the face. I'm seeing a tint of blue. Like I'm telling y'all, like I passed all the colorblind tests, but I just be to me this looks blue, like a gray, like a light grayish blue. And that says Matte Nougat Beige. This shade right here. Oh, I stuck my finger in it. This shade right here. What does this look like to y'all? Is that beige? Or are y'all seeing like a silver blue too? And it's okay if y'all don't see the silver blue because I know my eye perceives color different. Matte Nougat Beige is what this says. Am I looking at that right here? Nougat Candy. I'm looking at the right one. What do y'all see? What shade do y'all see? Wow, I'm like kind of like, We're going to come down to hot cocoa. And this is described as matte milk chocolate brown. And it had a mug of hot cocoa in here. So we're going to put, I swear I see like a grayish blue. Somebody let me know what y'all see, like for real, because I'm just like, is it just me? And this is, again, matte milk chocolate brown. Let me know if y'all see beige up here. Because I swear I see like a light bluish purple or bluish purple. Bluish purple or purple blue. I don't know. So we're going to keep going. Welcome to the crazy, Lori. My lives. I just be like, what's happening? I'm going to come down the dark forest. This shade, it doesn't look that deep in person as it does on my laptop. This is what I see. Okay. This is what I see. And this is described as, damn it, deep forest. Excuse me, y'all. Matte rich brown. Lori, girl, I should say me. I be acting up. And my trolls be here for it because they know me by now. They know it's going to be something. Looks like I'm creating whiskers. I am. Y'all know. Y'all know I like this one. When I do paint my face, I do try to get it symmetrical. And so we're going to put 3 shades over here. And we already did our nose. Y'all know I like this because it's dark. Y'all know. You already know. But nobody said, do they see like a bluish purple something with this matte beige shade? Yeah, y'all know I like that one. Now we're going to come over to the last column. This is Christmas Carol. And this is, my heart just started palpitating. It doesn't hurt, but it's just, it catches me off guard because all of a sudden it'll just start beating real fast. And it's just like, okay, what's happening? The first time that ever happened to me was when I was in the Army National Guard. And I was just like, and I'm just sitting here. So it's not like I'm like lifting heavy boxes or anything. Damn. When I tell y'all it's always something with me, I really mean that. Like it's always something with me. This is feels like you're running but sitting still. No, it doesn't feel like that. So you do see a blue base, Tanya says, on a gray. Okay. Yeah, they're saying a beige nougat something. This one is, oh gosh, this is Christmas Carol. And this is described as silver. No, it's not. Shimmer. You know, when I go for tests, Lori, the tests are always fine because it doesn't happen often. Maybe like every 6 months or so, all of a sudden it'll just start beating real fast. And then after like 2 minutes, it'll go back to normal. And so when I go for testing, they're like, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I was maybe 19. What was I when I went in the Army National Guard? Because then when I was 29 or when I was 30, I went active duty. I think I might have been 19 or 20 when I went in the Army National Guard. And they said it was because of overexertion. But I'm like, I'm just sitting here right now. So it was like, all right, so Christmas Carol, shimmer metallic gold. To me, that is what it looks like. Because sometimes they be describing shades and I'll just be like, I see different. And I'm okay with that because I know I'm different. That's why I'm a troll, darn it. We do what we do and we rock it and we love ourselves for it. And that's why my intro is the way it is. Just be yourself, your authentic self. That's a pretty shade. That is pretty. And Lori, yes, I do. I'm a disabled veteran. All of my medical care is at the VA hospital, unless they send me somewhere else. And I do have, regular follow-ups with my primary care physician, with dental, with the hygienist, with pain management, with women's health. And so they make sure I get my care. And the best part is that it's all free, but then is it free because I am in pain every day somewhere in my body? You know what I mean? So I tell people, being a disabled veteran dealing with fibromyalgia, chronic joint pain, migraines, and other stuff, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because I'm feeling all these things every day. But the blessing is I get free medical care and free medication. And I know that's just expensive and some people can't afford it. But and so I try and look at it that way. At least I get free care and not have all these issues and I got to pay out of pocket. You know what I mean? But yeah. And if something happens unusual, like that wasn't unusual, it really is. Thank you, Lori, because shit is expensive. And even if it's something over the counter, like my vitamin D was low, which for POCs it usually is for whatever reason. He said, "Oh, you can get vitamin D from any drugstore." I said, "I don't have a copay. Can you prescribe it for me?" he prescribed it for me. I get magnesium, he puts in a prescription. I don't pay for anything. Eye drops, my eyes get dry, put in a prescription. Like, I pay for nothing. Even if you can get it at the drugstore, can you put in a prescription? I don't have a copay. All right, we're gonna send it to you in the mail. Thank you. You're welcome. And so, so it's a trade. That's what it is. It's a trade. But it is, because even like somebody before, and I have like regular allergies. I have like antihistamine eye drops, Flonase for nasal allergies, Symbicort Heller, a rescue inhaler. And for my Flonase, somebody was telling me, this was probably back 10 years ago, their grandmother needed Flonase, and it was $80 for them to get that prescription. And I'm like, that is insane. That is insane. But then if you need it, and that's why it's like medication or food for some people, you know what I mean? But yes, I try to keep a positive mindset and be like, well, at least all my care is free and all the meds are free. So we're going to come down. I think I'm going to like this shade too, because this looks like it might be darker. I'm trying to see if the light is going to change, because sometimes when I move, it does brighten up. This is Santa's Helpers. Look at the feet. The feet are going in opposite direction. Nomad knows how to do the imprints and all of that. They know how to design stuff, like, for real. That is so cute. But then after I use it, it's destroyed, and I don't care. But yeah, that is just so cute. Yeah, it's crazy high. Oh gosh, and I don't pay for none of it. And so yeah, I try to keep that in mind. So Santa's Helpers is Rich Matte Crimson Red. We gonna see. We gonna see. Oh, we gonna see. No, we're on this side. Okay, we can say it's Crimson Red. And I know that's janky. Y'all know I'm janky. So let's blend that together so it don't look so janky. Yeah, we can say that's a Crimson Red. Let's bring that in this way, because this side is all the way in. Like, I'm really trying to do a face. And the last shade is Believe. Why did I just think of The Wizard of Oz? That song, Believe in Yourself, something, something, something. Y'all, my mind, y'all, just listen. Why does that damn sandwich song, I talked about it, I don't know if it was another live or whatever, that song keeps popping in my head at the most random times. I'll be, well, not really random, I guess, because I'll be like, oh, I need to fix dinner. All of a sudden, peanut butter jelly time. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, that song just will not leave me alone. It'll just come out of nowhere. I'll be like, oh, I want a snack. Peanut butter. I'm just like, what the And shout out to Sarah. She sent me a link to a video. It's like 2 minutes long, when they're like, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter, and it's kids, peanut butter jelly time. And the mom comes in and she's like, and then she starts going, peanut butter jelly. It's the jingle that just gets you. And I just like, why the hell do I keep thinking about this damn song? We got one more. And I'll be like, what the fuck? That damn song. So this is Believe. And I do detour a lot, Lori, as you see. Lori, your lives be on point. Like, you do your look, you say what you say. I be all over the place. I want to be like you when I get all grown up here on YouTube, Lori. So Believe is described as a shimmer Christmas red. Peanut butter. See, now, and I freaking hate it. I'll be doing my makeup like, and then I always gotta move my shoulders. I'll be doing my makeup like peanut butter. I'll be cursing. Get out of my head. So this is, I've been singing It's Hard Out Here for Pimping ain't easy, Lori. Pimping ain't easy. Ever since you did the TP. I know certain jingles just get stuck. Pimping ain't easy. This is hard out here for a pimp. See, I just had a flashback of one of the Friday movies, and Mike Epps, he was like, "Yeah, I'm a pimp. I think it was the movie Bait. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. Well, I'll be a pimp on Friday." And I was like, I'll be like. And with some of his rims, like, yeah, these are 24-inch rims. And Ice Cube looked at him. He's like, well, they 20. Yeah, they 15s. I'd be like, dude, damn. But these two look the same, except this one looks shiny. But in person, they do look different in my mirror down here. They do look different. So this is the Polar Express palette. So this is what it looks like on my complexion. Lori, do you rock with Nomad or no? Girl, my lines are all over the place. I call it sidebar conversations. Lori, the first 5 minutes of this live was talking about blood. What was I talking about? Might have been my blood pressure stuff. No, first I started out talking about Notoriously Morbid. And then I was spent like 10 minutes on my blood pressure. And 2 people left the live. They're like, girl, get to the palette. We'll come back later. You like an extra on the Lion King musical. And I try to do it even, like 3 on this side, 3 on that side, because I knew how I did the forehead. They weren't going to fit. So everything does show up on me. This looks like it might have the potential to be dusty, but it depends on where I put it. Everything else for me, this is kind of suspect. That may or may not be dusty. But everything else looks like it will look decent on me. My Notoriously Morbid order I mentioned earlier, you haven't tried them? I would say, but you have an extensive collection. And so I think that you're good to not have Nomad. Because honestly, the colors are basic. The shimmers are nice. You know, they show up. You know what I mean? But if you have a lot of like indie dual chromes, multi-chromes, and shimmers, the complaint I hear a lot is this ain't on that level, even though this is an indie brand too. Excuse me. But as a whole, though, it is basic. But Nomad is one of the brands that work for me. My lids don't tolerate pressed pigments, and so I got to get in where I fit in. And I know I can wear Nomad, except for their some of their palettes that have pressed pigments. Those are the ones that I don't get because I know I'm not going to be able to use it all. But so that's what draws me to Nomad is I know I can use their formula. And it is basic though. I mean, I think we all have like these brownish tones, reddish tones. I think we all have silvers. I think we all have blues. And so I thought about it, like, do I really want this? Because I know I'm trying to cut down the number of palettes I have, but then they gave me a really great discount. So I'm like, I'm buying it. And so that's why I bought it. And I know it is going to work for me. I mentioned earlier, my 3 Notoriously Morbid palettes will be here. And so we are going to do another live swatch video next Tuesday. Because y'all know I wait for y'all to do swatches and then I start doing looks with it. And so that's why I'm always rushing. Like, I need to do a live and do these swatches in front of y'all. So then, because that's sort of my pattern. So it's like, y'all see it when I see it. Y'all see the swatches when I see the swatches. And y'all hear my first impressions of the swatches. Can't hold the candle to Cleona. See, that's what I'm saying. If you have Cleona, Lori, you can skip Nomad. But those are pressed pigments. It is so many brands. The discount was I'm not even gonna tell y'all what it is because they didn't say don't say, but I ain't gonna say because I'm gonna be like, girl, you should have got 2 of them. But anyway, throw my sponge tips away. We're gonna go ahead and swatch now some of where am I gonna do that? I think we'll do the blues here. From these blues, so it's only really just 3. And even though these are more green based, this is Iceland Fire and Ice. We're just going to do these 3, but we'll just do those 4. And let me see. Somebody said the browns from Chicago Speakeasy. We'll do that on the other side against the browns in Polar Express. But I can tell y'all now they're not the same. But so what are y'all thinking of this color story though? Because it is basic, but it's pretty. Did I need it? I don't believe makeup is a need anyway. So my answer is no, I don't think you need it. These are looking the same. This one is looking the same as this one when I look at my laptop. When I look down here, they do look different. This has a pinkish hue. This is definitely like a beige. And this has a silver hue in the mirror down here. But yes, I do think I'm going to enjoy this because I enjoy the other one. As long as these shimmers don't crease on me. Every shimmer in Haunted Europe, and I had it twice. Every shimmer in Haunted Europe creased on me. Every single one, every single time from day one. And so I think it was the oil, just my theory. I think it was the oil they had for that palette. This one has, what oil is in this one? It does not say on the back of the box. Yes, I don't know what oil is in this one, or maybe it's not one. Giving your daughter her bath, but listening. I appreciate you being here, Sunsaray. Because y'all, I know we be busy. And I mean, you and Lori and like Janessa and Grace, like y'all create content too. And it is hard to like stay caught up and to catch up and to like be here for lives because life's still going life, whether somebody's on live stream or not. So I do appreciate you being here. The color story says Tony reminds her of the fantasy cosmetica cradle and ice. Grace never answered. Grace is probably doing a video. Grace be multitasking her ass off, y'all. And I was watching one of her videos, and she was like, "Now that this is over, I got to get back to Dion's live." I'd be like, yeah, and I think a lot of us do multitask because sometimes I'll put on a video and I can see my TV from the kitchen, so I'll be fixing food. I'll be looking over at the TV. Oh, now it got brighter, so now look, I can really see these colors. And so a lot of times I'm multitasking too. My dryer go off, I'll go get the clothes. This blended out really nice, that dark blue. And so I get it. It is hard. And that's why, like I'm saying, y'all who do content, I appreciate all of y'all that's here. But the ones who do content, there's like a different level of appreciation because we got our own stuff to do. And then we're trying to be here to support each other too. Yeah, Kat says she's multitasking right now. And even if you don't do content, somebody will be like, "Oh, I'm driving to work, but I'm listening." I'm in the grocery store. I have my earbuds on. I'm listening. Like life don't stop just for, a YouTube thing. Yes, people don't understand how much work goes in creating content. I did a video once, Lori, that I like outlined my whole process. And it was just like, damn. Like from sitting down, pulling out stuff, doing the look, then doing the short, keeping stuff out, then doing the flat lay and doing the hashtags, and then trying to edit and then post, and then description box, and then responding to comments after the fact. Y'all. Yeah. You editing the room right now, says Lori. It is real. The struggle is real. See, Sylvia, she says she's cooking dinner while listening and watching. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Life ain't going to stop for no video. And so I appreciate y'all being here, like for real. Janessa says, I got a video rendering right now so I could get it uploaded for tomorrow night. Lori says, plus buying their products. Yeah. It helps a lot, y'all, when y'all use our codes and stuff. Kat says she's preparing for a meeting tomorrow. So let's get with these blues. So this is, of course, Polar Express. Yeah, y'all. I hope Nomad, I hope Notoriously Morbid ain't ditching me. And I know I do give them sales because some of y'all in here told me y'all use my code. And I can see it when my account balance goes up too. And so, but I hope not, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, let me get off of that because I don't want to feel sad. It's only just makeup, right? And then when I look at what I have, I'm like, is anything really unique at this point? And I forget how many palettes I have. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. And my Nomad code is not affiliated, so I do not earn anything for that, but you'll still save 10%. My Notoriously Morbid code, you'll save 15%. And I forget how many palettes I had. Was it 70 something? 80 something last time I counted when I showed y'all my entire collection. Lori, I did my entire stash in a live stream and it was like 90 minutes. That was everything. And some people just their eyes, 81 Kat said, I had 81 eyeshadow palettes. And I know some people it might be 2.5 hours. That's just their eyeshadow palettes. And it took me 90 minutes, my entire collection, down to the primers, to the lippies, to the eyeshadows, to powders, bronzes, everything. So at this point, even with trying to reduce the number, because 60 something is my sweet spot for palettes, because I do use them all. I rotate them in. But once I get like over like 65, stuff just don't be used for months. And I don't like that. I just learned that if people don't accept the cookies, the link won't work because the cell can't be tracked. Oh. I didn't know they had, did I? They do, because some websites, it will pop up, do you accept? And then you can like customize it or say no or just say yes to all of them. Wow. And also for City Beauty, because I'm in their partnership program, when they have a lot of sales, y'all. If y'all want those City lip glosses, get them on sale. Because them shits is $35 a piece. Granted, they are plumping glosses, if that means anything to you, but that's expensive. So I do recommend those on sale. And when they do have a sale, I do post it on my community tab. But one of the emails she sent out, she has said, make sure you use your affiliate link. She said, don't use the first link that pops up on Google, because if that link is an ad and that won't go to your account. So that they're like, make sure you use your link to the website. And then you can also do links for specific products. But they were like, don't use that first link that pops up on Google because it's an ad. It will not count. But yeah, and those of us who do put codes in our boxes or links, make sure the links are functional links, because sometimes I see links and like the link is dead. It'll be like fantasycosmetica.com/ and then the rest isn't lit up. That's not going to count either because the whole link isn't live. And so that's something that, when I see it, I do, if I'm close with that person, I'll message them off YouTube and be like, hey, your link or whatever, because people might be clicking on it, but it doesn't count. I don't know how many eyeshadow palettes I have. Last time it was over 100, but I collect eyeshadow palettes. I'm living vicariously through you because I'm trying to reduce, but then I have 3 more Notoriously Morbids coming. All right, so we just do these blues. This one is North Pole. Excuse me. I'm surprised that's my first hiccup for this video. Lori, good to know. Dion, you don't need... Oh, so you're going to make sure you accept the cookies. How are we going to do this? How many in Fire and Ice? There's 4. There's 4 blues in there. And I think I might do this blue in this bottom corner against that blue. But I can see now, I can even see that they're different. The one in Polar Express is darker. It is darker. So how can I do these where, all right, let's do this. So this is Polar Express, North Pole. Then we're going to take Desert of Ice, and we're going to leave a space because we're going to put the Iceland in between it. It's a pretty shade. I'm embarrassed as how many eyes. Don't be embarrassed. How many you had? Like 215? There is no shame. There's no shame at all. And those are kind of the only 2. Because Fire and Ice, I'm looking at the blues in my forehead trying to see if that pale silver blue one will look like one of these, and I don't think it does. So let's just go ahead and put this blue. This is Frozen Sea. How many you got, Tony? Tony, did your Notoriously Morbid order come in yet? Because I'd be feeling bad when I'm like, mine is here, and they're like, I'm still waiting. But y'all ordered that stuff October 9th. So it's been like 6 weeks. And this is Frozen Sea. I love this shade because y'all know I like dark colors. And I'll be feeling bad. Like, damn. I don't know if it has anything to do with where we are. Oh, sorry. No shame. 300, says Tony. See, that's where my heart should have started palpitating. Like, how do you store those? Like, do you just have a bookcase for them? Back in the day, or my early YouTube days, I had bookcases. I had stuff in the drawer. I had stuff. It was crazy. Kat says they promised it would take weeks to months to get to Canada. I keep forgetting you're in Canada, Kat. And now we have a postal strike. Oh, hell. I am so sorry. Shit. Louis says, sis, this is a judge-free. Yup, it is judge-free. No shame. We collect makeup and others collect cigarettes, French fries, and shoes. Laura, you are funny. Cigarettes, French fries, and shoes. Oh, it came Saturday, Tony? Good. Tony has got to start doing videos because we have a lot of the same Notoriously Morbid palettes. And I already told her, I'm telling you again, Tony, we will do some collabs with our palettes. I'll send you a picture of my storage. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. No judgment. It will be a nice surprise when it gets here, says Kat. It will be a surprise. I feel some kind of way about that for you, that you got to wait this long. And then all right, I don't want to make it worse. So let me just. Okay, so now we're going to go into Iceland Fire and Ice. These are not the same at all. These are blue. These to me look green, but then I put them on and be like, oh yeah, it's blue. Let's see. Let's do this one first, because this one is definitely like a pale green. This one, Fire and Ice, is God's Waterfall. We're going to put that in the middle here. Yeah, this is definitely a different tone. Down here, yeah, it's definitely different than this one. Not far from it, though. This is a matte, and this is a shimmer. And maybe that's why it looks different. There are so many places that charge a fortune, such cat for shipping. Lots of places won't even ship here. That is crazy. They're different, but not much. And I think only because one is matte and one's not. So now, okay, that sponge tip is done. What else do we got? This ain't it. Let's just do this one, which is not the same. This is Nord or Jord because it's NJORD. Hmm. Hmm. That's different. I'm gonna swatch this one next to this one from Polar Express. It is different than this first one. But these are close though. And now we're going to just do this blue for giggles. This one is, Lori says, I want to see, I like seeing people's makeup collection. Yeah, Tony, when you start them videos too, like I keep telling Dawn, do your makeup collection. People love collection videos. They really do. So Lori says she wants to see, I love seeing other people's makeup collection. I have a whole beauty room. I spend most of my time in there. I love seeing my makeup displayed. Lori, you might be shocked. Well, I don't say I'm a minimalist, but I kind of feel like I'm a baby minimalist. Like I don't aspire to just have like one eyeshadow or like 3 pairs of pants. But I like having a small space. My makeup station, Lori, is a bistro table. And all of my makeup, aside from backups, are on the bistro table. And that's where I sit to do my makeup. So I can see and touch anything just from that one spot. And I refuse to buy storage because if I don't see it, I'll forget it's there. Yeah, it's a bistro table. And all of my makeup is there. This is this blue. This one is Nelfheim. And we're going to put this next to this blue. Ooh, that's more similar than I thought. Wow, y'all, look at that. And I kept saying this is dark. Well, the other one was darker, but it's not. This one is Polar Express. This one is from Iceland. Damn, y'all. What? What? That's these two blues. So the one in Iceland at the top does look like it would be lighter. What? They look the same. Wow. But since this is dead, technically, that's okay. So now we're going to go back to Polar Express and we're going to do this one. Let me hold them up together without being awkward, which I am, so it's challenging for me. Because somebody was saying the browns and the red is the same. So we're just going to do maybe, we're definitely going to do, well, shit. This is a dual chrome because I'm seeing red when I look where you are, and then I'm looking over here like, why is it gold? Just like, what the hell? All right, so let's do this. That sponge tip is almost done. So we're going to take this from Polar Express. Notice this. Let me do Polar Express first. I'm holding Speakeasy. Okay, let's do. None of them look like this, but it might surprise me. So we're going to do this one. This is Santa's Helpers. And we're going to do this on this side. So that's Santa's Helpers. And Kat says she's visual too. I have to see things from, yep. That's why I like having everything. I can just look at it and touch it. And all my brushes too, Lori, are on my table. All my brushes, all of my makeup, lippies included, all that. And I do like it. So then when I get new stuff, I'm like, damn, I gotta rearrange stuff. Or if I start running out of space, we are going to take hot cocoa. I'm gonna put that here. That sponge tip is done. And we're going to take dark forest. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say dark forest. Dark forest? Forest? The woods. The dark woods. I promise y'all I have a doctorate degree. I'll be sounding illiterate at times. That's my hood coming out. I grew up in the inner city. Nothing else. Let's do this one too. This is nougat candy. And then we're going to see. There is some tap off, but then I am being aggressive. So these are from Polar Express. So we're going to put that down and see what matches from Chicago Speakeasy. Lori said, I can't even imagine all my makeup and brushes in one spot. I used to, and I think it was when I lived next door in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and then I downsized to a 1-bedroom, 1-bath because I was paying for space I wasn't using. And I would have like some makeup in my top drawer, and I have a bookcase here with makeup on my bookcase. And so I would go to my drawer and pick out, okay, this is the palette, the eyeshadow, the blush, the bronzer I would use, and the other stuff I could just grab off the bookcase. And so when I would sit down to do my look, I'm like, oh shoot, I want such and such. And I'm like, damn it, it's in another room. And so that started getting on my nerves. You guys, there are so many sales getting Sons of Ray. I'm doing a no buy in December, which I'm always on a perpetual low buy. But yeah, some pre-Black Friday sales. Hey, Christine. Some pre-Black Friday sales have already started. I think I posted one on my community tab already. And I'm like, damn, like it's like 18th of November. I'm talking beauty and fashion, says Sons of Ray. I got stories to prep on Instagram. Pray for me. I hope the hard work pays off. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure it will too. Sons of Ray, you be working it. Every other post would be something from your community tab in my feed. I'm like, there she got. I just click heart. Well, not heart with a thumbs up. They're starting tomorrow on Thursday. A couple of them. I don't know if it was Macy's. Yo, I do have a whole lot of links in my description box. They are always there. Even department stores, Nordstrom, Macy's. I think those are only 2 department stores. Selfridges here in the U.S. and in the UK. Who else is? There's another website. Oh, Sephora, US and the UK, and of course Ulta. So I do have some stores, and then some stuff is just brands. I saw somebody's YouTube thumbnail that said Colored Rain was going or something. Lori says, yeah, that makes sense. If I had to go to a different room, I would be like, oh, let me go. So now, like, if I'm like, oh, I want to use this, I'm like, it's right there. But yeah, I would get so upset because stuff would be somewhere else. So from this palette, we're going to take this one to swatch against this one back here. This is a smooth shadow. So we're going to put this back here. That is different. To me, it looks more peachy than this one. This one looks more peachy than that one. Can y'all see that? I can't see what y'all see because I'm looking at my wall. And so now, let's do this dark brown. This is the Drunken Goat. That is so funny to me. And we're going to put this next to the brown. They are different. The one from Polar Express is a lot darker. It's deeper. Louis said, just Colored Rain is closing. So sad. Yeah, them sales, they started. That sponge stick is done. They're getting earlier and earlier that they're starting. And it's like, oh, we'll be the first ones, but now everybody's doing it. So, like, it ain't the first anything. So this shade looks like it might be this one. This one is the Absinthe House. And so we're going to put that here. Nope, they are different. You know what? These two would be good for pairing. Like just how the shades are different, but they're in the same family. That would be good for pairing. We're doing the palette bingo. The owner is such a sweet person and non-problematic. That's important these days. But other brands stay in drama and they're still here. Girl. I don't understand it either. Yeah, the problematic ones stay forever. And I think because sometimes people like drama. And so they talk about the drama. It is out of hand, Cat, all these sales. It is, Cat said they never used to have Black Friday in Canada and you were envious. And now it's out of hand. They trying to get that money. My issue with holidays in general is how commercialized they have become. And it's all about money. What about the holiday, the history or the tradition of the actual holiday? Tony says she's waiting for Unearthly Cosmetics Black Friday sale. What was I saying earlier? I know I was saying these will be good for pairing. What was I starting to say after that? Oh, the drama. And there are some YouTube channels that they are just drama channels. There are just gossip channels. And because they're not only them, but some people just in general, they may mention something that's problematic about a brand. And if that's somewhere in the title, people will watch it because they want to hear the drama. And so that keeps it fresh in their mind. So then it's like, oh, they're having a sale. They might forget the drama and see the sale, and then they buy it. When the non-problematic brands, you don't hear anything about it until something comes out. And if they sent out PR, you'll see it. But then aside from that, crickets. Excuse me, and it's unfortunate. You just got an ad for Black Friday, says Kat. I appreciate y'all who not necessarily doing lives, because I know I imagine it'd be annoying. I pay for YouTube Premium, so I never see ads on anybody's channel. But content creators who are monetized, they still get a percentage off of ads that would have played for people who have YouTube Premium. And so I feel good about that because I want to support people. But for those of you who watch my ads aside from lives, I do appreciate y'all because we do earn a few cents off of the ads that you watch. And I did look up the seconds, and I know I mentioned this in another video, that there's a certain amount of seconds that need to be watched in order for us to earn our little pennies. And it is pennies, but we know pennies do add up to dollars. And it's actually 30 seconds. So if you watch an ad for 30 seconds and then you click off, we will still earn a few pennies off of that. The longer you watch the ad, the more pennies that we'll make on that ad. But when it first gives you the option to skip, and it's been like 5 or 8 seconds, we don't make any money off of that. And so I'm going to just say thank you to those of you. Cass says, if I sing or dance, I'll watch it. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Make sure y'all thumbs up if y'all like the goofiness and the sidebars that we do. So thank you to those who do watch 30 seconds or more of ads. And that's across the board for everybody who's monetized. So if nobody watched any ad or they skipped every ad when it popped up, if everybody that's subscribed to me that watches do that, I would make no money off of ad revenue. Because ad revenue is money you make off of the ads that people watch. So if you can, at least watch 30 seconds. We'll just say 35 just to be on the safe side. But so thank you for y'all who do that. I know that was a serious sidebar. And I already told y'all before, I don't get a check from YouTube every month, and the threshold is $100. I don't make $100 on YouTube every month. But thank you for those who do watch. So now we're going to do this red because I'm thinking Gap and Old Navy got you now. Gap was one of the few places where they had jeans that fit me because I'm hippie. not hippie, but hippie enough where regular jeans wouldn't fit. But yeah, Lori says, yeah, it's just a way to support the channel. An additional way, because watching and commenting and thumbs up, that helps the algorithm. But as far as the money side, that's a further way to support, as well as joining our memberships. And Lori does have a membership too, which, forgive me, girl, I know, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Skechers, Ulta, the Oldie, and Lumi, says Dawn. Dawn, you need to show your collection whenever you start doing videos. So let's do this red down here. This is Windy City, because y'all know I'm good for getting off topic and I just keep on rolling. But I'm trying to get back to it. So I just love our conversations, y'all. Lori says, girl, I totally understand, sis. I don't know. And you know what, Lori? Well, you might not know, but the other people know. I'm nocturnal. I go to sleep in the morning. Like I've been going to sleep like between 5 and 7 a.m. And so I get up in the late afternoon or early evening. And it's really trippy when I go to sleep and wake up on the same day. Because usually you go to sleep tonight, you wake up, it'll be Tuesday. I won't go to sleep until Tuesday morning. And then I'll wake up Tuesday night and I'll be like, what's today's date? Like, what? That's why in my videos, I'll be like, I don't know what today is. Like, it's really trippy. And I got to put everything in my calendar, all of my appointments and all that stuff. Because I don't know one day from the next. And being retired, every day blends in. Like, I don't have, the weekend, what are you doing? Same thing I did all week. It's a holiday, what you doing? Same thing I did all week. Like, everything is just a blur. So this is Windy City. Cat loves the word trippy. Let's trip you on peanut butter jelly time. Oh my God, I hate that fucking song. You told people in your lives are my special place. Me too, the conversations. And I like premieres, but lives is like, let me swatch this. This is sitting here. So this is Windy City. One of the perks my members get, those are close. This is more red, this is more brown, but they are close. One of the perks of my membership, Lori, is that members get to make requests. And I asked them questions. What do you want to see me do? What do you want me to hear? Do you want to do palette bingos for me? The most recent thing I think I posted was for them to shop my stash. I've never done a shop my stash on my own ever. And so they can shop my stash. And so I have some videos to do for that. But where was I going with that? Oh, one of the perks is making requests. And so one of the members, these two are close. One is definitely more red in person and one is definitely more brown, but they are really close. One of my members, this was like a year ago, I think, maybe. One of my members had requested I do a live stream. And I was like, because when they say it, I do it because that's the perk, right? And I'm on the same time when I go to bed, people are waking up, yup. And so she said a live every month. And I was just like, okay. And then she said, or it can be a premiere every month. But I said, you know what? She said live because she was giving me grace because she probably saw my face and was like, oh shit. And so, and then she said, oh, it could be a premiere. And I said, no, you said it live. So I'm going to do a live. And she said only like one live a month. My first one, I was so nervous, but halfway through I was hooked. I was just like, damn, I get to read the comments, read what they wrote, respond to what they wrote. And then it is like a conversation. And now I do lives every Monday. And sometimes I do them on Tuesday too. This one week, I think I did 3 lives. I love it. And that same person requested I do a week of lives in December. Do a live 7 days straight, 7 days in a row. And I'm like, okay. And so that week when I did 3 lives in a week, she said that was like practice for my 7 days of lives. But I love that I have that for a perk for them because I do want to do, as you know, you want to do something special for the members, something different that everybody else don't get to do. But so this I think is all the swatches, and I do think there's nothing in. We did do some from Iceland. So these are what would be almost similar. Well, they are similar. Would be possible dupes for the Browns from Chicago Speakeasy and Polar Express, and these are the would be dupes or similarities between Polar Express and Iceland Fire and Ice. And these two are definitely close. None of the blues are close, but they're definitely in the same family. These 2 browns are really close. And these 2 up here are really close. So I think that's all that we have for today, which was really just the Nomad palette, watching the Rare Beauty ad system. And I'm saying y'all don't have to use them for lives. Another thing I do for members, when I do members only videos, I take off monetization because they're paying to be a membership. And so I don't want to do what I call double dipping. I don't want them to pay for membership and pay and watch ads, which would be more ad revenue for me. And some of them said they don't care because some of them have premium, so they don't see ads anyway. But I take off ads for members only. And what is this, Lori? Does this happen for you? Like when you want to do a members only video, does it not allow you to schedule it as if it was a regular video? Because that's something that's annoying to me. And so I ended up posting 2 videos like wee hours of the morning because I didn't want to forget to go back and switch it to members only because I didn't want it to air like publicly. And I actually have a video now I need to go ahead and post. But yeah, so I don't like that I am not able to schedule members only videos. I don't have premium, but I don't mind ads on members only. I'm a member because you want to support, so I can get to create a couple extra pennies. I'm fine with that. Thank you, Janessa. And I remember you said that before. But when I asked, I think you were the only one. No, I think it might have been you and someone else that said they didn't care. But I don't know how the rest of them feel. And so, yeah. So Lori, she takes off ads during lives. Once it uploads, you put ads back on. That's a good idea. I'm gonna borrow that from you, Lori, if you don't mind. And something else you did that I borrowed when I remember is before I end to ask if you're a content creator, what do you have coming up? You haven't tried to schedule a video for members only? Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, Lori. Thank you for that. Because it would be annoying to me because it breaks up the conversation. Yes, I'm gonna steal that from you, and we are going to get ready to go. So if you do content, leave in the chat what's going on so that we can support each other. Y'all know me. I am whittling down to trying to have less than a video go up every friggin' day. But looking at my calendar, I thought I was there, but I'm not quite there yet. But almost every day I do have a video going up. Every Monday, I have a live stream. And sometimes on Tuesdays too. Next week, we will have one on Monday, my roundup for October. And on Tuesday, we'll do the swatches, a swatch party of my notoriously morbid stuff. Janessa says she has a video coming tomorrow. I saw your thumbnail and I need to watch that. Another palette tag you did. Janessa has a video coming tomorrow. Her friend and I, 25 weird gross soda flavors. Oh my God, Janessa. Lori says, girl, we have to share information. We are a community that wants to see everyone win. Exactly. And some people, I just noticed this one light went out. Some people don't want to say shit to nobody. I'm just like, all of us are here trying to do the same thing. Like, and it's room for everybody, because people who might like my content might not watch Lori. People that watch Lori might not watch me, or they might not watch Janessa. You know, we do collabs, and it's just like, okay, make sure you check this person out. And so it is just trying to help each other out and just supporting each other. Or that light again, so y'all can really see these colors now. And so that is what it's about. But some people don't get it. What annoys me too, excuse me for smacking, is when somebody will say, oh, I have an idea for such and such, but I'm not going to say it because somebody might steal my idea. I can almost promise you, whatever you're thinking, in general, somebody else is thinking it or thought of it already. So nobody can steal your idea. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, you're the only person that ever did this in YouTube history. So anyway, yeah, that's people say so sometimes. I'm like, what? And y'all know I'm goofy, so if it makes me be like, huh, then y'all know it has to be something. Oh goodness, Tanya loves my daily videos. You look forward to them, but I can understand it get exhausting. And it's not that it gets exhausting, Tanya. It's not exhausting at all. It's just, if I have videos going up every day, and then I'm also doing members only videos, I don't want to overwhelm the members, because it's hard for me to keep up with people. And some people only do like 2 videos a week, and it's still hard for me to keep up. And so if somebody's posting every single day, and now you have an additional members only video, like, that's just extra. And some of y'all do binge watch me. Dawn was binging me the other day. Yes, I'm calling you out, Dawn, because you are going to start doing videos soon, I hope. She's like, oh, but you wrote something like, I didn't realize I missed so many. And I can tell when somebody's binging because they comment on the videos. And the way I really know when people watch is that they answer a question that I've asked somewhere in the video, because I do know a lot of people skip, and that's okay. And sometimes Sandy, she'll be like, I'll keep seeing comment after comment, like every half hour or however long my video is, I see another comment. And so I do know some of you will just binge watch me, like one day just, run my playlist. And so I do appreciate that too, but it's hard. And so I don't want to overwhelm the viewers, is why I'm trying to get out of having videos go up every day. And when I do multi-look videos, that's easier. So today's look is like look 3, and the 4th one is tomorrow if my eyes get right, because this tearing thing. And so that'll be 1 video instead of just doing a look, posting it like I used to do. If I do 3 looks, that's 3 days, and then post it. You see what I'm saying? So Sons of Ray, she'll be live tomorrow and Saturday on Instagram. And Sons of Ray does daily stories on Instagram, and she does reels. Dawn says to Janessa, the barf soda dog drool. Ew, okay, no. Janessa says ranch butter enchilada grass. It's a grass flavored soda? What the hell is that? Well, you're going to tell us. I want to see this. Excuse me, cucumber. Those are some weird flavors. You're the perfect one to do that stuff, Janessa. Dawn says some live streams don't allow anyone to talk about their channel. And that's what I don't like, because we're all, it's room for everybody here. There's room for everybody here. Lori has a Pandora Black Friday video with deals under $100. And then she's going to do a refer recommendation video coming. I'm safe for natural hair brushes because my skin doesn't tolerate them. And I'm glad, because I would be buying every friggin' natural hair brush that Alicia Archer talks about. And my bank account ain't set up like that. And so that's a blessing and a curse too. Just like being disabled, my face doesn't tolerate natural hair brushes. My eyelids don't tolerate pressed pigments. So with certain things, I just know I can't buy, but then I end up buying more of the stuff that I can buy. So make that make sense. So Dawn, you, I ain't even gonna read that one, Dawn. Dawn is funny though. I will tell y'all that, but y'all already know. Girl, why say if you're not going to shit? Right. Why even say, oh, I have this idea to do, but I'm not going to say it because somebody might steal it. You could have kept it to yourself. You could could have kept that to yourself. The one says a live streamer used to choke down those sodas. But you know what? People watch crazy shit like that. They do. There's this one channel, I forget the name of the channel. Most of her videos are her trying something weird for the first time. Like it was some flavor of, I think it was the mustard potato chips or something. And she'll just do, like, she'll try it live and do like her live reaction to it in her videos. And most of her channel was stuff like that. Oh, we're trying this for the first time. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Just running around trying to find unique stuff just to be showing it on the video. But anyway. And that's what I'm saying. There's room for everybody. Whatever you want to do, there's a place. No one subscribes to many, so I try to make time for everyone. It's appreciated, Dawn, seriously. Okay, I'm not reading that one, Dawn. I can't. I cannot. They think you're talking about their subs and views when you talk about your channel and theirs. It's room for everybody. I mean, I don't care. And I love when y'all talk to each other on here too, because I do feel like we're a community. There's some live streams I see, like nobody says nothing to nobody. And I'm just like, ain't this supposed to be a party? Like just say hi, how you doing? Like, I don't get it. And even in the comments section under some people's videos, if you comment to somebody else, the person who did the video will be like, say something slick. And I'm just like, so we can't talk to each other? Like, and I love when I see y'all talk to each other in videos, but because there's some people who don't, I'm hesitant. If somebody comments something and I want to reply to it or just kind of join in the conversation, I feel like, okay, is this etiquette or not? And I feel some kind of way, feeling some kind of way, because can't we all just talk to each other? Janessa says there's so many weird flavors. Okay, Janessa, we got it. We also did a few super sours. I love sour stuff. Nina has suggested, because I was talking about red vines, which are not sour. I think it was sour punch. Some sour punch straws, and so I ordered some and they weren't sour to me. So she said she's going to send me some from where she gets hers. And somebody else said they weren't sour to them either. But to me, it was like, this is good. It wasn't like, oh my God, what is that? Yeah, it's weird. It's not taking subs. Yeah, it doesn't. Somebody, if I mention your channel, Janessa, that's not, nobody's leaving me for you, because they like us both because we both crazy. Like, look the shit I do. I mean, I don't do drag, but it's still pink the face. I'm really liking this lip combination. This new formula, it feels like nothing on my lips. There are so many that you found through my channel, and now I watch hers. And exactly, like there is room for everybody. The one says live streams big and small don't talk to each other in the same other way. It is crazy, Lori. She said it's crazy. The live is for open conversation. And I love, like, when I go into live, I'm like, hey, everybody. They're like, hey, Miss Dion, hey, Dion, hey, Dion, hey, Dion. And they be like, oh, how are you doing with this? How are you doing with that? Or like to each other. Like if we know somebody was sick last week, the next week, they're like, are you feeling better? And I'm just like, oh, all my trolls is getting along. Oh, my little great never had friend hanging out with Kim. How are you? She calls me her sexy shoulder friend because it was a video I had on a tank top. And somebody was like, oh, your shoulders are sexy. And ever since then, and that was like over a year ago. So ever since then, she calls me her sexy shoulder friend. Yeah, this was for you, Kim. You want to put some lotion on it? And I call her my little great and every hat friend, because whatever hat she puts on, it looks great on her. And so we have these little names for each other. Love the warfare. Yeah, some small chats, only people that know each other talk. But how are you going to get to know people? I mean, what? It ain't hard to just be like, hi, Dawn. That's 2 words. That is not hard. Like, Kim, do you have anything coming up on your channel? Because I did ask for content creators to put in the chat what they have going on so that other people may want to watch you. See, just like that. She put, hey, everybody. Hubba. That was so weird. Talk about my shoulders. My massage person, he said I had high shoulders. So it's not like I'm like this, but he was saying they just seem higher up than regular people. But if you see my family, big hands, big feet, tall. And the men in my family, on my mom's side particularly, the older they get, the more like broad they seem to get. And I'm just like, what happened? You didn't look like that last year. Like, you been like, what are you taking, steroids or something? Like, it's just weird. The older they get, the more broad that they get. Not the women think, well, actually, yeah, one of my aunts is looking kind of. But yeah, the genes are strong. Kim says she's going to be showing her Christmas stuff. Lori says, hi, Kim. Sarah says, see, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody just get along. Yeah, girl, why? Yeah, girl, do we not understand how many people watch YouTube every day? So why would you fight over subscribers? And either people going to subscribe or they not. So just because somebody go watch somebody else, it doesn't mean they're going to leave you. Like we can... Some of y'all may know this from back in the day when I talked about it. I'm polyamorous, so I believe in just loving whoever. Not that has to do with YouTube. It's the same concept. Just because somebody watches Lori doesn't mean they can't appreciate my channel. Just because somebody watches me doesn't mean that they won't appreciate Janessa's channel or Kim's channel. You know, there's love for everybody here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Plenty of folks go around. Yes, exactly. So Kim, what we did for this video, in case you don't want to watch the replay, the Nomad Polar Express palette. So this is a quick recap, y'all, and then we're going to go. So that's what this is. That's what these three are. That's what these three are. That's this palette right here. And the blues in this palette we put over here, and we swatched them against what I thought may be similar blues from the Iceland Fire and Ice palette. So that's what this is. From Polar Express, because somebody was saying the browns and the reds look like Speakeasy from Nomad Cosmetics. And so that's what's on this side, the browns and reds from in here, compared to the Polar Express palette. So that's what all of this is on my face. This is from Gallows Lava from Iceland, because I was talking about what first drew my attention to that palette. And so that's what all of this is. And a lot of chit chat in between: heart palpitations, blood pressure, medication, disabilities. What else do we talk about? We talk all kinds of stuff. You think I look beautiful, Blue? You just think I look beautiful because you just want to see my shoulders. So for everyone who does content creation in here, that put in the chat what we do, make sure y'all take note of it, and please do support each other. If you don't do, thank you, Kim. And if you don't do content, you know, still just support different people. And I know y'all good for that. Us trolls, we are some loyal soldiers over here. And so make sure you check out Sons of Ray, Lori, Janessa, Kim. Who else is in here? Tanya has not started on videos again yet, but when she does, be ready. I'm trying to think who else is in here. I don't think, and I hate when I name names because then I start forgetting. So I'm just scrolling up in the chat. I don't think anybody else does videos. We're waiting for Tony to start doing videos, because in between her collection videos, her and I are going to be doing collabs with Notoriously Morbid palettes, because we have a lot of the same ones. Hello again, Christine. Thank you for being here. And so I think that's everybody that does content. So just make sure y'all watch, people. And we know that it can be hard to stay caught up. So just watch when you can. Make sure you thumbs up if you enjoy their video. Leave a comment so they know that you're there. Oh, when Sandy gifted 2 memberships on a live last week, one of them, Kitty something, her name is Deidre. I remember her from before. And so she pops in and out, which is really cool. And the other person that was gifted the membership, she commented under one of my shorts or something, saying that she was the other one that was gifted the membership. And so hopefully, you know, she'll comment so I can see that she's there, because I remember saying one name is familiar, but this other person, I don't know who they are. But she was appreciative, and Sandy's not here for me to tell her that. But if when she watches this, Sandy, thank you for gifted memberships. One of them, you know, said thank you that she was gifted it. So when you watch people's videos, y'all, at least leave a comment so they know that you're there. And the gifts only go to people who are subscribed. So I knew she was subscribed, but I had never saw her name before. But that doesn't mean they're not here. Ladies, you can just, Lori says, ladies, you can always just run a playlist while you're cleaning the house. That will help those who are trying to get monetized. Exactly. And if I fall asleep on a video, when I do get up, I'll play it again. And that does help with monetization. And if they are monetized already, even though I have premium, they still get a couple pennies off of ad revenue, even though I don't see the ads. Yeah, and that's the thing. I was watching somebody's video. This is off topic. We've been off topic for like 20 minutes. She was saying how she was pushing for more subscribers. And y'all seen the follow trains and like all of that stuff. And in my mind, I know you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be monetized. And so there were people who had over 1,000 subscribers, but they weren't monetized, because just because somebody subscribes, that doesn't mean they're going to watch your videos. And so some people, they were at like 1,300 subscribers, and they're like, oh, I finally got monetized. And I'm like, oh, that means people weren't watching. They were just subscribing and not watching. So I tell people, if you're not really going to watch, At least every now and then, subscribing isn't going to really make a difference for the content creator. And Dawn says I almost always have a YouTube video playing no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm sleeping. If it's my Friday, unless my phone needs to be charged. Yep. And so if you do subscribe, watch, or at least play it while you're doing something, or multitasking, because it does help. And for me, my subscriber count was on level with watch hours. And so I knew when I hit one, I was going to hit the other. And it did happen that way. But people who push, for subscribers, they get them, but then they still don't get monetized because they don't have, it's a numbers game with YouTube. And it's one channel, she said that she regrets pushing for subscribers because she didn't realize till after the fact she also still needed watch time. And I'm like, it's in your analytics. Like, you can look and see where you are, but anyway. So then she was trying to get monetized and watch my videos. And the thing is, if people want to watch, they're going to watch. And even though I say watch, comment, all that don't mean everybody that watches is. But so it takes subscribing and watching the ads, at least 30 seconds of the ad. And so that's that. Yeah, it's a lot. If y'all don't do content, y'all, I hope y'all hearing me. It's a lot. I might look like I'm in the Lion King play. I might look like Warrior Princess, but shit is real. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so we do appreciate your support. And I do think I can say that for all the content creators in here. So we're really going to go, oh my God, y'all, my lives be getting longer and longer. I be trying to keep it down to an hour like you, Lori. My first 2 lives, I realized that was a lie. Like, I was not going to be at an hour. One of mine was 2.5 hours. I'm like, holy cow, like, we've been here that long? Because we just be chit-chatting and talking. Next month, you'll be pet sitting almost all month, back-to-back jobs. Take some makeup with you, and you already have your phone. So record some videos while you're there. I am really trying to get on to do videos, y'all. Have a good night, hon. Thank you, Kim, for being here. It's hard to keep. Yeah, it is. Because when I look at the time one that I'm looking at now, I'm like, damn. And I appreciate y'all time, but it goes by so freaking fast. It's like, there ain't no way we've been on here like an hour and 45 minutes. And now that I said that, make sure y'all check out everybody else in here who does content. And they did say what they had coming up, and I did read it. So make sure y'all check out Lori, Sunzaray, Janessa. Grace is in here somewhere. She multitasks when she has my videos, my lives playing. Make sure y'all do check her out. If you're on Instagram, also check out Nina, because she also does comparisons on Instagram the same way that Grace does here on YouTube. But so we're going to go. And this is how y'all know we're going to go, is when I say the outro. As always, self-acceptance and self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night wherever you are in the world. And you'll see me next Monday and next Tuesday. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks again for being here. Don't forget to support each other.